Hello and welcome back today for another episode of the White Sox March to October. We're officially now in the second half of the season. We just got past the draft, we just got past the All-Star break, and we've played a total of 99 games so far. And as you can see there, blinking in my face in the top left, we're in danger. Although I don't feel as in danger as I felt just a couple episodes ago, because we've kind of gotten things back on track after we went on that losing streak, dropped to 500. You can see on the graph we've gotten things turned around. We're on a pretty good stretch here, 8-2 in our last 10, and we've moved back up to 6 games back in the division. I'm actually a little surprised it's blinking at me that we're in danger, because if we go to the wild card, like, we're only 1 game back of a wild card spot. So with, you know, a third or more than a third of the season to go, I don't really know if I'd consider this to be in danger yet. But also, you know what, while we're here and while we're just about to start the second half of the season, I guess this would be a good chance to get a feel for what's going on throughout the league right now. So we already have been staring at our division here. We know what's going on. Over in the AL East, it's still a pretty tight race. Honestly, you could say all throughout. I mean, if I'm saying I'm still in it 6 games back, then you can't really count the Blue Jays out 7 back. Over in the AL West, it's kind of turning into a 2-team race here, but it's a close one. In the National League, same deal, 2-team race, and they're tied right now, 64 and 33 each for the Braves and Phillies. NL Central, you got the Cubs out in front, you've got the Cardinals a game and a half back, Brewers 2.5, and Pirates are still in it too. That's a tight division. And then finally, NL West, it's the Dodgers. They're running away with it. They might be on pace to have the best season of all time, 72 and 26. Are you kidding me? And then real quick, just out of curiosity, I just went through league leaders. We don't really have anybody when it comes to hitting. I mean, we have a couple guys in various categories, at least within the top 8, but nothing really like big time. But when it comes to pitching, we do have a couple guys at the top of some meaningful lists. Like here, Mike Soroka has allowed the least home runs in the league. And then we actually have 3 of the top 4 strikeout throwers in the American League to start this season. And this to me is interesting because all the way up until this point, and I've been seeing my own strikeout numbers, I just kind of assumed they made the amount of strikeouts that pitchers seem to get these days a little bit more realistic. But that might just not be the case. We just might be out in front when it comes to strikeouts, because like that's one thing that I feel like March to October has always gotten wrong, is just like some of the pitching numbers don't make the most sense. I mean, we can just look at Dylan Cease right here. The last 3 seasons, the most innings he's pitched has been 184, and he hasn't missed any starts. And he's on pace to go way past that. I mean, 20 starts in, he's already at 141 innings. But then to go with that, the strikeout numbers don't really make sense in comparison to the innings pitched, because all 3 of these seasons, with a fewer amount of innings pitched, Cease is throwing over 200 strikeouts, well over 1 strikeout per inning. But then you go to this year, and it's more close to that 1 strikeout per inning mark. And you know, you go down then to a guy like Kevin Gausman, kind of the same deal here. I mean, the last year in real life, 185 innings, 237 strikeouts, but this year he's got less strikeouts than innings pitched. So I don't know, that's just kind of a thing I've noticed within March to October, is pitchers go deeper into games but get less strikeouts. It's like I guess like the game is still in an old school mentality, I guess, when it comes to that. And then also I was shocked to see this, but Mike Soroka, he is the #1 pitcher when it comes to wins above replacement right now. 3.8 wins above replacement is at the top of the list. He hasn't really stood out to me as having some crazy good, phenomenal season so far. I've just thought he's been solid, but apparently he's like the guy. But with that all out of the way, I've actually been really excited ever since finishing last episode to play this episode, because we have a couple big things going on. The first one being is we just did the draft, so if we get far enough into the simulations today, like about 2 weeks it should take, we can see all of our picks and how good they turned out to be. But the thing I'm most excited for is what we've been staring at on this screen for a couple minutes already, and it is the Corey Lee fast track. Catcher right now is our weakest position. When it comes to the starting 9, it's our only starter that is under a 70 overall. And then Martin Maldonado on the bench is just our lowest overall position player. So getting the chance to fast track Corey Lee today could actually give us the upgrade that we've been looking for at catcher for the rest of this season. Because right now, dude's a 62 overall with a B potential, 25 years old. He's kind of almost at the point where it's like like, is he gonna realize that potential? How valuable is he in the organization? But that could all change today if I play well. We've seen it with a couple pitchers so far. We've seen it with Jake Eater. We've seen it with Jared Schuster. There's a massive attribute boost on the line today. So if we succeed in at least the minor league portion of this fast track, I'm gonna call Corey Lee up because he's already a 62 overall, which is better than Maldonado. But if we get him a boost, he'll be like a 67, 68 overall. So I would call him up anyway because he'd be an upgrade anyway at that point. But then we'd get the chance to boost him even more. So the time for talk is over. It's time to stop stalling. I gotta lock in. I might just be throwing any sort of entertainment value to the side and just locking in and make sure I put some good at bats together because I need this Corey Lee player lock to go well, and I haven't had a single position player lock go well yet this season. And I am first at bat here. I'm assuming gamer posture right here. I'm locking in. No. All right, well, that's not how I wanted to get it started. That's a very slow changeup, and it was in an absolutely perfect spot. All right, second at bat. We need this one to go better. Got a couple of runners on. Actually, what's the clutch looking like? Okay, it's not much better, but it's slightly better than either side of contact. So this then makes it a little better. Come on, get down. Come on, get down. We're not doing this, man. Come on. If I make a good swing, hit it on a line that needs to fall in. And we're already in the 7th inning. There's a very good chance this is the last at bat. And then I wait too far back on the 12-6. Everything that wasn't the fastball that I saw from this dude seems so slow, and I finally get something hittable, and I wait back too far. All right, we do get one more chance at the plate. Runners on the corners, same pitcher out there with no energy. It's a 3-2 count. I don't want to walk. I don't have any confidence that a walk's going to give us what we need, but he's out of energy. I don't know if he's going to be able to throw a strike. He didn't throw a strike. He completely missed the zone. I wanted to swing, but I also tried to check swing there. It didn't matter. Even if that's ball 4 and I let it go and it get walked, I don't really think that's going to give me the boost I need. But now we know for sure we're not going to get it. I can't believe this, dude. I cannot believe how I'm having so much trouble with hitters in player lock games. It makes no sense. I'm doing fine when we're playing as the full team. You know, I'm hitting bombs with everybody. Max Stassi's gone deep. And then I get into a player lock and it's just like nothing. It's like I've never played this game on legend difficulty before. And the one good swing I did have, the line drive, the sinking liner, it didn't sink fast enough. That's just how it goes in player locks. The one time you're actually able to put a good swing on the ball, the game just doesn't help you out. And now that cost us a major upgrade to the catcher position. And then on top of it, it gave us negative momentum because I failed to impress the management. So we're back to neutral, and we know how things have gone when we don't have positive momentum on our side. All right, well, once again, we're here trying to sign our guys. We have so much money in our bonus allotment pool left. I'm just going to try again to sign them all. I'm going to leave this as the offer. It's still like $2 million more than he wants. And bumping it up to exactly $2 million only gets 1% more of interest. So that just doesn't feel worth it. I'm going to try this one again. And he declined again. Okay, so let's try with Jeremy Bench, our number 2 pick. I'll just bump it up so he's 80% interested. And he does sign. Okay, and then Eldridge Flanagan gets a big time interest boost if we just bump it up a little bit. So we'll bump it up a little bit and he'll also sign. So now it's just down to Matsumoto and Kang. Well, and I guess I didn't offer to Matsumoto yet, so I could try that. He's only 52% interested. Where was it to start? Was it here? I'll bump it up 1 and we'll see what that does. Yeah, I figured he'd decline it. But yeah, we're good then. We don't need to spend as much time as I'm spending on this. We have plenty of time. They're gonna sign. I'll make sure they do. I think we've won 2 games in a row though against KC without momentum, so that's good. This can all stay the same. We might get another trade popping up soon too, because we are getting close to the deadline. And we can try this again. I'll just bump it up now until he's 80% interested, and there we go. Now he signs. Plenty of money left over to sign Matsumoto, so I'll just bump him up to here. Why not? And he's still declining. All right, I guess he needs more time to get more interest. All right, now back to simming. And another trade, man, everything just kept popping up there, and I don't even know what went on, but I think we won 3 of 4 games. But now we've got some decisions to make. 3 more trade offers available to us. The first one being Brandon Drury from the Angels, 83 overall, and to get him, we'd have to give up Grant Taylor, Corey Lee, and Terrell Tatum. I don't really want to give up Grant Taylor. Like, I just don't know why, but I have a good feeling about Grant Taylor. Like, he's really young, already a 66, 5-pitch mix, good stamina. This is just a guy I kind of want to hang on to and see what he turns into. All right, let's see about Seattle, though. Who are they going to give up? Mitch Garver for really not much. Okay, now this is interesting. Well, actually, okay, before we talk about this, the Brewers are the team that has Gary Sanchez, and Gary Sanchez was the one that's on my list. So let's see if that's who they offer, and then I can decide between the 2 catchers. It's not, because they're offering Willy Adames. The asking price is a little steep, though. So that pretty much leaves the Mitch Garver trade. And this is not at all a bad trade. I mean, since we failed with Corey Lee, there's really no reason to keep him around, because we do have Edgar Caro, already a higher overall than Lee, and like 4 years younger, and then we drafted our #1 pick was a catcher. So the only thing that really would have given Corey Lee value to me would be if we succeeded in his player lock, which we didn't. And Garver is actually signed for the next season too. So that is not a bad situation. He's not really getting much playing time because he's probably stuck behind Cal Raleigh. I really think it'd be foolish not to do this trade. I mean, this would be a massive upgrade to the catcher position, a huge bat. This is going to be the trade we make. It feels like each trade we come across is getting incrementally better and better. And this is the biggest one yet. An 81 overall getting added to the team. 12 overall upgrade to starting catcher, and it actually, compared to Maldonado, who I'm assuming he's going to take the spot of, that's a 20 overall upgrade to the catcher position. So right away, though, we're going to have to enter another nightmare and try and succeed in another player lock. So what's our roster looking like? Why would they not get rid of Maldonado, though? So let's see what we can do here. Player locked against his former team, actually, right? He was on the World Series winning Rangers. We got to face DeGrom. And then also, since I didn't change the lineups until after this game technically already started, he's going to be batting in the 9-hole, isn't he? All right, well, we got to make something happen. We are batting out of the 9-hole, already the 3rd inning, and we're facing maybe the toughest pitcher I've ever had to face in MLB The Show ever. How much of that did I get? Come on, carry ball. No, it's going to die at the track, because of course it is. It's a player lock. Yeah, no, that's not going to get down either, because there's no breaks in player locks. I'm not going to sit here and say that's a good swing that deserves to get down, but we've all seen our fair share of bloopers. And of course, DeGrom just still has to be out there in the 7th inning. We can't face anybody else. And then I'm just... I mean, that's just the DeGrom special right there. That is the exact reason why I've always had so much trouble hitting DeGrom. You sit on the outlier fastball up and in, and it doesn't matter. Offline, online, CPU, real person, they throw that slider right down the middle, and I'm swinging to take away the fastball. Works every time. All right, well, we have the lead now. We have a new pitcher out there, and we get one more chance at the plate with Mitch Garver. And then I just go ahead and strike out on 3 pitches. You know what I need to do? I've been playing this game today. It's not like I'm coming in cold, but I need to start playing these player locks at the end of the episode. Maybe that's all it is. I always have fun starting episodes with a player lock, but maybe I just need a full episode's worth of at-bats under my belt, and then we can player lock, and maybe it'll go better. I gotta try something else. Come on, let's make this play. End the game. All right, we get the win against the defending champs. So even though I stunk and had a terrible game, we get the win as the team, and that should get us positive momentum, because that's how it works in the bigs, right? Yeah, we get 1 fireball. We'll be fine, though. As nice as it would have been to get Mitch Garver a performance boost, I'm like past the point now of accepting that none of our hitters are getting performance boosts. But that's still a big bat. That's still a big upgrade to add to the team. And we get that little bit of momentum. That's really not going to do anything for us. Maybe a win, maybe 2. Another chance to try and sign Matsumoto here. We'll just bump it up to there. He's still declining. He's playing hardball. All right, we take another win against Texas. They're actually prompting me to do this, and I haven't done it yet, so that's a good thing. We can take Sanchez off. I feel like we can take Adames off because we saw what it costs to get him, and I don't want to pay that price. And I think we just swept the Rangers in a 4-game series. It was kind of tough to tell with all the breaks in the simulating, but I think that's what just happened. That's a big series win then. And try another offer for Matsumoto here, and there we go. He finally signs. So we've signed all of our draft picks. We have 6 days until we should be able to see what they turned out to be, their potential ratings, their current overall. We're still picking up wins from the momentum, which I'm kind of surprised by. Oh, and now it's showing a loss against the Rangers. Like, we all saw that. We all saw that last game against the Rangers show up as a win. I don't know which one it ended up being, but I think we only lost 1 game in that set of simulations because I think we had 47 losses going into the player lock. We're up now to 23rd ranked, and our power is all the way up to 7th, so that was a big trade for our overall power ranking. All right, but let's get into this next game here. I want to get to the point where we see all of our draft picks before we end today's episode. And oh, this is I don't know why I assumed this would have been a longer game, but we're starting in the bottom of the 9th. We're down 1. I have to make the comeback all on my own here against Andres Munoz. We get a chance with Mitch Garver right away again. This is actually the kind of game I've been asking for. We've had a lot of games where we load in with the lead and we get, a fireball of momentum or 2. But this is the kind of key moment here that gives you a lot at once if you succeed and pull it off. But now we got to deal with Andres Munoz. Oh, and I'm just under it. Come on. We need to make a good swing today. The bat's got to wake up. With the collection of games we've been able to get into today, this is like the worst time to be putting together all these bad swings. 2-hitter player locks and now trying to make a comeback down 1. Oh, it stayed in the zone. The speed fooled me, but I thought maybe if I held up, there'd be a chance it drifts out of the zone, and it didn't. We're down to our last chance already. It's Vaughn. And Vaughn does it. Oh my God, that would have been the only pitch I was hitting right there. I was completely selling out for the outlier fastball up in the zone, and we actually got it. I swear, you guys, if it was anything else, if it was a little bit lower in the zone, I'm not hitting that out. I picked one pitch in one spot to take away, and it's actually the pitch that I got. And then, yeah, I'm right back to looking horrible at the plate. But hey, at least we did what we needed to do to keep the game going. And he was already warming up. We won't get any more save situations in this game, so we'll just bring in Crochet with a couple lefties due up to start. And there we go, 3-pitch punch out to get it started. Oh, and now, okay, it cut past that very quick, but they have Corey Lee on the big league squad already, and they just brought him into pinch run. That's actually really interesting then. Like, why would they make that trade? Why would they trade away Garver? But then, like, Corey Lee is on the big league squad already. Like, if they need, I don't know, maybe they didn't need the catcher because they already have Cal Raleigh. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. A lot of times CPU trades don't make sense. They wanted me to put Julio Rodriguez on here. We don't do that. And we should be able to get this play made. Or not. We got a terrible animation with a good fielder, and then we don't get it there on time. Perfect. Look at where that pitch was, too. Like a foot off the zone. In on the shins. And there we go. We should be able to throw him out. He's not as fast. Crochet gets us out of it. Didn't allow anything. So we'll have our free runner out there to start. All we got to do is bring him around. Ooh, and they're sticking with Munoz. I was kind of hoping they'd go to someone else. Munoz is tough to hit. I don't know. Should I be bunting Moncada over to third? You know what? A 1-1 count. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and bunt him over to third. Let's lay it down. Lay it down that third base line. We'll get in there. That was a really nice bunt. It was also a pitch right down the middle, though, so if there was anything I was going to hit, it probably would have been that. But hey, all DeYoung needs to do now is put one in the air. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not putting DeYoung on here, and he'll walk it off. They should have put him on. I actually was able to wait back and time up the slider, and that is maybe win of the year. So we're going to get a lot of momentum. I was actually hoping for a little bit more than that, but 5 fireballs is still good. That came at a very nice time too, because we were already gaining a lot of ground in the division, up to 5 games back, and now we should be picking up a lot of games here within this next set of simulations We sweep the Mariners. Let's not lose any games to KC. Ooh, and we got another trade already. Well, actually, I don't know. I say already. We might be right at the deadline here. I kind of just thought Garver was our last move before the deadline, but we get a chance at one more. I don't see any Rockies up there or Cardinals, so that means that Brendan Rodgers or Jojo Romero aren't gonna pop up here. And I'm not really in on this trade. You know what I should have done that I don't know why I didn't think of, but all these dudes that keep popping up, like especially Jacob Gonzalez, he is constantly popping up in trades, and I don't really want to get rid of him. I should have added him as an untouchable. But yeah, for a starter, that's not even really an upgrade. We are not gonna get rid of Jacob Gonzalez. So, Blue Jays, what are you offering? In what world are the Blue Jays offering up Vlad? Like this has caught me so off guard. I don't know what I should do. We're getting rid of two prospects that I really want to hold on to and see what they turn into, but like, is that worth it when Vlad's here? I mean, a potential, 25 years old, 91 overall. He's not even really a rental because he has another year left of team control. I don't know. Before I try and even make any decisions on that, seeing this pop up kind of makes my mind go to places of what the Angels could be giving me. So what are we about to see from the Angels? Okay, no, it's just Drury again. But man, like, there's so many thoughts going through my head for why or why not to make this trade. Like, one of the reasons why I kind of don't want to is it feels too unrealistic. And I don't really usually care too much about realism when it comes to playing March to October, the mode with no injuries. But this almost just feels like a step too far. This feels like going overboard. I also hate the idea of getting rid of Noah Schultz. Jacob Gonzalez, I'm more okay parting ways with, but Noah Schultz, man, 20 years old, already a 68 overall, sure, only a B potential, but like I can see it with where his attributes are right now, him being a really good arm. Oh, I can already see the comments now if I don't do this though. I'm not feeling it, but I know there's at least going to be some of you that are not going to be on board with me to pass up on a Vlad opportunity like this. I'm really about to pass up on this, aren't I? Like, it just, every argument I can come up with in my head as I sit here, it's all against making this move. And the only thing keeping me from just digging my heels in and saying I'm not doing it is just the fact that it's the cover boy, the fact that it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. You know what? I think I've come around. I think I've come around to make this trade because the more I think about it, I've been saying this whole year, we are just as much in win now mode as we'll ever be. Like, that's how I play March to October. I play to win every single season. We're not playing to build towards the future. We're playing to win every year and build towards the future. And this season, with where the team's at, is going to be the toughest season to make it to the playoffs and win the World Series. So if we can add somebody who is this big of an upgrade to what is going to be our worst team we're going to see throughout the entirety of this March to October, I kind of feel like I have to do it. I kind of feel like I have to do what I can to win now. And even though I'm trading away two big pieces for the future, we have the future to figure out the future, if that makes any sense. I think I've come around on this. I think I'm going to make this trade. I don't know how long I've been sitting here trying to figure this out. I feel like I was frozen in time for who knows how long. I think I've made my decision. I think we're about to add Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to the Chicago White Sox. Sure, it's going to suck getting rid of Jacob Gonzalez. It's gonna suck getting rid of Noah Schultz, but we did bring in Ezekiel Duran earlier to be our long-term second baseman. We drafted a couple starting pitchers. We'll have plenty of fast tracks, call-ups, all that in the future to fill these two holes, but we have the chance right now to bring in the cover of the game that I'm playing at a 91 overall. We have to go for it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is about to be a member of the Chicago White Sox. I can't believe this is what we're seeing. I don't know how he's going to fit on the team. I don't know where he's going to go in the lineup, but between Garver and now Vlad, we have just made some insane upgrades to this team. Now, here's where I'm about to be a hypocrite and go back on what I was just saying earlier in this episode. I'm not going to play this player lock right now. I know I was just saying maybe I need to actually play the player locks after I've been getting an episode's worth of at-bats. But this is Vlad. At the end of the day, I'm posting this to YouTube. I have to clickbait this for the next video. You get it, right? It also sucks that we didn't quite get to the point where we're seeing our draft picks, but I think we were literally one day away. So if there was ever a reason to come back for the next episode, I think I'm giving you guys two, because guaranteed we're going to be seeing the debut of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in a White Sox uniform, and then after that's done, we're going to get to see the results of our draft. So guys, as always, make sure if you enjoyed, hit that like button for me. You probably already are going to, but let me know what you think of my trades. But as always, guys, thanks for watching another one. Thanks for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.